Now that we're deep into winter, you're probably starting to notice that your skin feels a little bit drier, a little bit tighter, maybe it's chapped or it feels a little bit sensitive, and that's because the cold winter air paired with things like drying heaters can really take a toll on our skin. So today we're going to talk about winter skin do's and don'ts. If you're new to my channel, my name is Susan Yara. I have been in the beauty industry for about 2 decades. I started off as a beauty editor. I now have my own skincare line, and I love to just educate mostly on skincare here on YouTube. So I feel like I talk about this topic every single time winter rolls around, and the reason for that is because I think we need this mental shift sometimes to be like, okay, my skincare routine has to change. I've been in this groove, and now my skin's just not acting the same way. What is it that I need to get into? And I know, like, for some people, when winter rolls around, or even when fall rolls around, there are some people that like to change out their entire wardrobe and pack some stuff up, pull out their winter sweaters and stuff. And it's kind of the same concept when it comes to your skincare routine. So just like you will pull out all of your sweaters, for instance, it's the same thing with your skincare products. You're gonna pull out all the thicker, moisturizing, hydrating ingredients, all to really protect your skin and to make sure it doesn't get too dry. All right, so winter skincare do, number 1 is to still wear your SPF, your sunscreen. I think what happens is we mentally check out with wearing our sunscreen because it feels colder outside. In a lot of places, it can feel less sunny outside. So it seems like the sun isn't as important or it's not as strong. And the truth is there are actually less UVB rays, UVB being the rays that burn your skin. There are less during the winter time, but that doesn't mean that they're not still there, and you still have UVA rays, and UVA rays are the ones that really cause the signs of aging. So you still have to protect your skin from the sun, especially again if you are spending any time outside, if you are a skier, if you are a snowboarder, if you are outside in the snow actually reflects all of the UV rays and makes it much stronger on your skin. So you really need that protection. I remember being a little girl, it was like February or something, and we went skiing. We went on a family ski trip, and I got the worst sunburn of my life because I was not wearing any sunscreen, and my mom was like, "You don't need the protection." Thanks, Mom. And I just got this terrible, terrible sunburn on my face because the UV rays were just reflecting off of the snow the entire time, and I was out there the entire day. So you definitely need to protect your skin, especially if you're gonna be outside in the sun, but you just need it in general still because the UV rays still exist. That said, another do for wintertime is to get in all of your skincare treatments. And I'm talking about the things that you do at like a dermatologist's office, your microneedling, your laser treatments, your chemical peels. You're definitely inside more during the wintertime, or at least the average person is inside way more. And that's really important when you're doing these kinds of treatments because you don't want to have any exposure to the sun after a treatment. Your skin is basically fresh new baby skin, and it's so much more sensitive, and you just don't want to make any of the, like if you're treating something like scars or hyperpigmentation, you don't want it to come back even worse by getting one of these treatments done and then exposing your skin to the sun. It's so much easier during the winter time to go get that treatment done and then stay inside for days on end because that's actually what happens anyway. I'm actually thinking about doing a chemical peel in the next couple of weeks, so if I do, I will make sure I vlog the entire experience for you. Another do is to switch out your moisturizers and hydrators for your much richer, thicker moisturizers and hydrators. Or if you've been thinking about adding some type of hydrating serum to your skincare routine, this would be a wonderful time to do that. Our skin gets so dry and depleted during the winter time, and it's like I said in the beginning of this video, it's the combination of that cold weather. It can be really harsh weather, like the wind can be stronger and it feels cold on your skin, and then you go inside and there are issues like, you've got the heater on in your house, you've got the heater on in your car, and it's just dry air that's just sucking all of that hydration out of your skin. That dryness of your skin leads to dullness, it leads to irritation and sensitivity, and it can be really hard to actually get your skin back on track. You'll even potentially find that your skincare products and your skincare routine aren't feeling like they're working as well because you do have all of that dryness happening. So, if you start to feel dry and scaly, then your skincare products might not actually penetrate your skin well. So you wanna make sure that you're using much richer, thicker moisturizers. And not only will they stop the dryness, but they can protect your skin as well. Some of the types of products I like to look for specifically during the wintertime are moisturizers that are rich in lipids and ceramides to really help replenish the skin. I love oils like squalane, for instance, during the wintertime. I put a couple of drops before my really thick moisturizers or right after I put on a moisturizer to just make it even more moisturizing. I love, like collagen and silk protein as ingredients that I find in my hydrators and my moisturizers as well. If you're looking for a really wonderful hydrating serum that combines a lot of those ingredients I talked about, I have been singing the praises of this Glow Recipe Plum Plump Hyaluronic Serum. It's not just hyaluronic acid, it has collagen in it, it does have silk proteins in it, it has, different vitamin C's, it has like the plum extract in here that just is full of antioxidants. So it's just a wonderful serum that hydrates your skin and really helps to soothe and brighten it too. If you are looking for a rich moisturizer and you need something that's just easy to get, maybe like at your drugstore or something, I think that this Cetaphil moisturizing cream, it's made for the body, but honestly, it's like made for, even if it's made for the body, it's made for the face too. This is a wonderful, rich moisturizer. I love the texture of this. I like to use this as a really rich balm for my body or for my face. When it comes to even like double moisturizing, this is a really good, rich moisturizer that you can put on top of your regular moisturizer as well. It has hydrating ingredients like glycerin in it. It also has petrolatum in it, which is why I think I like it. It's kind of like the next step before you get to full-blown slugging. You put this on, it's a really nice rich moisturizer, but it doesn't feel overly occlusive. It just feels like it's just a step up. Like it feels like you're using almost like a balm. I actually have a whole video on moisturizers I like for dry skin, so I'll leave a link below in the description box for that video. Another do for winter skin is to double moisturize. I'm trying to make this a thing, to double moisturize, especially now during the winter time. Some people will just, go ahead and go for full-blown slugging. That's been the trend this year, to just slather petrolatum all over your face so you look like a glazed donut almost. And the term slugging is because you look kind of slimy. You look and feel kind of slimy, and they're using, products like CeraVe Healing Balm. And what they're essentially doing is putting this really thick occlusive layer over their skin to really lock everything in. I personally think it's a little much for every night. I like to do that after I've had, for instance, like a really, intense treatment like a chemical peel. I'll probably slug right after I get something like that done. But for me, I love to double moisturize. You guys know for NATURIUM, for instance, I released our Plant Ceramide Rich Cream, which is really rich in hydrating ingredients and the ceramides that you need to just protect and replenish your skin. It's a nice, rich moisturizer, and on its own, it's great for all skin types, especially during the wintertime. I feel like all skin types can use it and really benefit from it. But then we also have our Intense Overnight Sleeping Cream, and this stuff is amazing because it's an even richer, occlusive layer. It feels almost like a marshmallow texture, and it doesn't completely sink into the skin. Instead, what it's doing is creating this layer that protects everything underneath it, and what it's really protecting your skin from is all of the outside factors, like the heater that can dry your skin. If you go, like outside into extreme weather, if you put this occlusive layer over your skin, it helps to protect it from anything that could happen to your skin. So you just know that you're really covered. I've had a few people ask me, like, why would you need to lock in your moisturizer if your moisturizer is locking everything else in? But there are definitely times when you have drier skin especially, that you need the double moisture to lock all of that in, because if you think about your moisturizers, they also tend to have hydrating ingredients, so they're just a little less occlusive. And truly, nobody wants to walk around with such a thick moisturizer that you can like wipe it off of your skin, you can't wear makeup on it, anything like that. So this is truly a nighttime product that you wear just like a mask on top of your moisturizer to lock in everything that you did for your skincare routine, and you wake up with this beautiful, plump, hydrated skin. Another do is to hydrate inside and out. And what I mean by that is, on the inside, you have to make sure that you are drinking your clear liquids. That can be anything from water to drinking, like your chicken broth or, like even vegetable broth, adding in, like lots of vegetables and fruits that are really high in water concentration, so you're staying hydrated from the inside. I hear a lot of people say like, oh, I drink a lot of water and it just feels like I'm peeing it out all the time. What I tell people that was suggested to me from from a dietitian is to make sure I'm eating foods that are really rich in water, like the fruits and the vegetables, because that will help my body get a little bit more replenished and I won't feel like I'm always just peeing it out. As far as on the outside, besides using the hydrating and moisturizing products, I always tell people to get a cool mist humidifier. This happens naturally now that I'm a mom. I always have cool mist humidifiers in every single room, especially the rooms where my kids sleep, because they tend to get runny noses. The dry weather makes it harder for them to sleep because they have a harder time breathing and stuff. So having these humidifiers really just helps the night feel a little bit more comfortable. They don't wake up feeling just dry and cracky. With babies, it's so hard to explain to them why they're feeling this way. So when you put these humidifiers in their room, it just helps so much. And you wake up feeling like your skin and your hair and even your nose and stuff, you feel like everything is still very normal and hydrated and not dry and cracky. Now moving into the don'ts. Don't forget to exfoliate your skin. I think people associate that dry, chapped skin with not wanting to exfoliate because your skin is already kind of feeling sensitive and stuff, but you don't have to use really intense exfoliators. You don't even have to do it every single day. The thing is, you don't want to skip exfoliating during the wintertime because when your skin is drier, it starts to look really dull, and also your products don't penetrate your skin as well as they usually would. So you want to make sure that you're getting rid of those dead skin cells that are building up on your skin. If there were ever a time to give up your apricot scrub, I can't even say it, winter would be the time to get rid of it because your skin is already much more sensitive than it normally would be. You don't want to cause further irritation. That'll just cause more of, the dryness and the chapped skin. Your skin just won't look good and it'll feel like you've got a lot of texture. So you want to make sure that you're exfoliating your skin, but you're not being too rough with it. You can still use scrubs if they're very gentle and you prefer those, but my go-to during the winter time is to look for AHAs. We're talking about glycolic acid, and we're talking about, ingredients like lactic acid. Or if you have really sensitive skin, you can go for PHAs that are made for people with sensitive skin. And the reason for that is because AHAs and PHAs are really hydrating to the skin. I find that PHAs are even more hydrating to the skin, and you can do some sort of combination of AHAs and PHAs, but glycolic acid, lactic acid especially, can be very, very hydrating to the skin. So they not only exfoliate and give you that brightness and get rid of all the dead skin cells, but they're also replenishing and hydrating your skin as well. So I like to go for the AHAs and the PHAs during the winter time. Again, talking about my line, NATURIUM, we have our glycolic acid resurfacing gel 10%, and we also have our glycolic acid resurfacing solution 8%. These are both really great hydrating products, especially this one is very hydrating to the skin. 8% for all the people who aren't new to glycolic acid. It's still a little bit strong, but it's not going to really tingle for your skin. The 10% is for the people that really love glycolic acid and want to see some improvement in the collagen of their skin as well. 10% is the way to go, but you might get a little bit of a tingle. As far as lactic acid goes, I really love the Sunday Riley Good Genes. It feels almost like a light lotion serum, and you can put it on underneath your moisturizer. I just think that lactic acid is an amazing ingredient. I talk about the Ren Ready Steady Glow all the time too because they combine a few different ingredients, but two of my absolute favorites are lactic acid and azelaic acid, which is not an AHA, but it's still a really great brightening ingredient, and you get both of them in the Ren Ready Steady Glow. Another don't forget to use lip balm. I know that sounds obvious, but it's so surprising to me how many people are like, oh yeah, I'm just still using my chapstick, which in my opinion is just not occlusive enough during the winter time. You truly need some type of lip balm. I've talked about the Aquaphor lip repair before. I love that stuff. It's truly like petrolatum with some hydrating ingredients. It's great. If you just have Aquaphor at home, you can even use that. It's just not as elegant in my opinion. Some other lip balms I have been loving are, I talk about Glossier, Balm.com all the time. The coconut Balm.com is my favorite scent. It smells like a treat, but it doesn't have any flavor to it actually. It just smells like cookies, or it smells like, I don't know how to explain it, but it smells like it's just a nice treat for your lips. And then I've also been enjoying the Summer Fridays, the Lip Butter Balm. This isn't as occlusive as the Balm.com or the Aquaphor, but I really love that it feels nice and occlusive, but it also has this really glossy, shiny look to your lips. So your lips almost look like they're glistening when you wear it. So this is a really nice one for daytime especially. And then the last don't, and the one that I get the most complaints about when I tell people this, is don't take really hot showers or baths. And I know that that's a really hard one for people, especially during the winter time and it's cold out. You almost like want to get inside and then immediately like strip off all your clothing and hop into a really hot shower or bath. The problem with that is it leads to such dry skin. And when I talk about hot water, I mean like if it's so hot that when you like get into it, your skin starts to turn red, that is just way too hot for your skin. You don't want that to happen because hot water evaporates really quickly. So it's just gonna take all of the hydration out of your skin really, really quickly. And if you think about, we talk about hyaluronic acid all the time and how if you don't lock it in, it will actually draw water from your skin and make you even potentially be a little bit more dehydrated. It's kind of similar with really hot water. It happens really fast with hot water though. It's so much faster than the way that hyaluronic acid can dehydrate your skin if you're not locking it in. There's actually a term called the winter itch, and that's when people start to get such dry, cracky skin, and a lot of the time it's from taking some type of a really hot shower or bath, and then they don't properly lock all of their hydration back in and protect their skin, and that's when you start to feel like you almost have like paper cuts on your skin, or you feel like patchy dryness or irritation, or even like itchiness, and a lot of people will start to have eczema, for instance, during the winter time. That said, I do know that some people will disregard what I'm saying and go ahead and take really hot baths or showers anyway. So my tip for you would be to make sure that after you take your bath or your shower, even if you're not actually using really hot water, I would still recommend doing this. Make sure that you have your hydrating and moisturizing products for your body and your face in your bathroom. That way you can keep the door shut, keep all of the steam in. That way you're just like locking in all of the hydration and you're not losing it before you step out of the bathroom. You wanna work really fast, make sure that you stay hydrated and make sure that your skin stays protected. But keep in mind, this is also affecting your hair. So if you're using that really, really hot water, it's probably gonna cause frizziness for your hair as well. So those are my winter skin do's and don'ts. If you guys have any others to add, make sure to leave them in the comments below. I'm sure it helps a lot of people who are coming to this video to probably try to fix their already dry skin from the winter time. You guys can also find me in our private Facebook group. I'll leave a link in the description box, and you can find me on Instagram. I'm at Susan Yara. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.